Hello gorgeous flower pots, it's 12 noon, it's Sunday and I'm here to service you. How are we all today? How are we feeling? A massive, massive happy birthday to my gorgeous godmother, my Auntie Elvia. Not only is she my auntie and my godmother, but she's also my best friend. So if you're watching Auntie Elvia, massive happy birthday. Tanti auguri. So, it's Sunday service, it's the 7th of June, it's 12 noon, here I am in Haslingden. It's rained overnight, but it seems to be quite fresh right now. Did a little bit more to my garden yesterday, so it's really turning into a lovely little haven. Hello Dee McCrystal, hello Jan McPeak. Are we all joining? Hello Stephen Freeman, is Connor Judge training in Bath? Bernice Winstanley, hello Georgia Green. Oh my gorgeous flower pots are jumping on. Carly Coo Honky Fletcher, loving what you've done with the tiles in the kitchen. How clever are you? Amanda Glede, Rose McGuinn Donovan, Nicola Jones Daly, hello and good morning in Charleston, South Carolina. Tom Morehead, how are you? What are you having for your tea? You always cook up something wonderful. Hello to Mrs. Jan McPeak's mum, I forgot her name. Don't take offence at that, I forget everybody's names. Michelle Harrison, thank you, I'm looking bright and beautiful. I'm wearing one of the lovely tees from my new collection at Ruby and Daisy. Can I just say, as soon as I hit 50,000 followers on my Ruby and Daisy page, which is my clothing boutique, then I am giving away a £500 prize. So go over to the page, Ruby and Daisy, give it a like, give it a follow, look at the competition, comment 50k on it, and you could be in chance of winning a £500 prize. So flower pots, what do? They write into the page, they write in with Dear Auntie Nellie's, either for a night time with Nellie or a Sunday service. So I've got lots of Sunday services here to read through. They're all anonymous, they're off the cuff, my replies, because I don't open the page until we're ready to go. So don't ever worry about you not being anonymous. And yeah, if you want any sort of advice to a problem, because what's a problem? A problem shared is usually a problem solved. Luke Shorrock says, hello from Wigan. Are you having a pie on a butty? Are you having a butty pie? Can you shout out happy birthday for my daughter Jo? Carol Jane Evans' daughter, it's a birthday. Happy birthday, Jo. Have a day as wonderful as you. So yeah, it's your first time to my Sunday service live. Can I say there may be strong language throughout? But there will not, hopefully, on opening the new layout that I've done, be talk of a sexual nature. That's just on a Wednesday night. Wednesday's night time in Ellie was a shower of shite because technology did not work as I expected it to. I was supposed to do a split screen and it just didn't fucking work. Anyway, it's Sunday. Are we all okay, Judith Harris and Julie Clements? Are we happy? What reviews do you want to see me do? You know that when I finish my Sunday service and my night time in Ellie, I always read down the comments and, interact as best I can. Jennifer Orrell, how are you there, my gorgeous doctor's receptionist? One of the very few nice ones. Justine Xavier is watching. I believe you've recently got engaged, so massive congratulations. And happy 30th birthday soon, Lolly J. You're going to be in the dirty 30s. I actually went from the dirty 30s to the fabulous 40s, but went back to the dirty 30s because they were much more fun. So, however, you can be very naughty in your 40s. So without further ado, Geraldine Hannah McCauley in Ballymena, County Antrim, shall we start with the very first Dear Auntie Nellie of a Sunday service? Emma Harrison says she's so hungover. I'm sure you've not been to a pub or a club or a restaurant, so what I would advise is a pint of full fat Coke, put a spoonful of sugar in it, let all the fizz go out of it, give it a stir, sip on that and your hangover will go. So there we go. Good morning, everybody, or happy noon if you've just joined. Who's having what roast today? Put it in the comments. Give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. When people say I never share your stuff because I've got like my 13-year-old daughter on Facebook, my stuff would not be shared to anybody unless they're over 18, so do not panic, okay? Why is your ring on the wrong hand, says Karen Rochford. Now, I have to explain myself every time I come live. When you press live on the phone, because I do it on my little iPhone, whatever, it's a camera reverse. So it is on my left hand, but I know you think that's my right hand. So, Oh, there we go. I know what you meant, Justine. It's okay. It's Sunday. You're allowed. I think, Francis Washburn, in your 50s, you're just allowed to do anything. I think if you've not grown up by your 50s, you don't have to. That's what I think. So, Emma Louise having a chicken roast dinner today. It's one of your new flower pots from Newport, says Lewis. Well, welcome. Welcome to all my flower pots internationally. So, without further ado, let's get on with our very first Dear Auntie Nelly of the day. If I can open this fucking phone. My printer's not working, so I could print anything out. So I've been running around trying to get sorted. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'm loving the grey hair, says Samuel. We've no fucking choice, have we? Because, not doctors, hairdressers are shut. So it is what it fucking is. The 3-barrel hair weaver, please. I've reviewed it, should be on YouTube. Also, can I just say, talking to doctors, I'm actually requesting a hysterectomy now. I can no longer cope with the perimenopause. It's driving me insane. It's causing me too much havoc in my life. I'm bleeding like an absolute bastard for days on end and days on end and days on end, and then it might stop for a couple of hours and then start again. And when I stand up in the shower, it looks like I've took a bag of liver in with me. So enough's enough now. So Tuesday I'm off to the doctors, and yeah, I'm having blood tests and a scan, and I've opted for a hysterectomy. Yeah, enough's enough now. We've got a womb that's not behaving itself, and it doesn't need to be there because we're not going to be having any more little babas. So there we go. So I'll let you know. So I suppose I'm not going to be reviewing a hysterectomy. I just hope that I can get one, and fingers crossed it's sooner rather than later. Right, dear Auntie Nelly, I am 32, successful and married to the love of my life. Lately, I have been feeling a little bit lost. I've gained a lot of weight, and the past 2 years I have suffered with adult acne. I've had this since my 20s. I feel very unattractive these days and wonder what I've done with my life. I keep looking at the pictures from when I was younger and slim and more attractive in my 20s, and it is getting me down. I feel like I'm having a midlife crisis and that I should be further along than I am and in better shape. How do I not feel so lost and more comfortable in my appearance? When I opened my wedding album up not long ago, you know, when we were having that big spring clean that everybody had because we had fuck all else to do. The cheekbones I had on my wedding day, you could have fucking cut cheese on them. If we look at photos in our 20s, of course we're going to look different to what we look like in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, because it's an ageing process. And age is a privilege denied to many. I think you're concentrating too much on the past. And the past is gone. It's gone. The past should stay in the past, unless we've got issues that we need to be dealing with and we can't box them off. So the past is the past. We need to concentrate on today. And what you're doing is you're getting up in the morning and you're thinking about what it was and how it was. And it's not like that now, is it? So we need to concentrate on now. As for your adult acne, I'm sure the GP can prescribe something. You know, there's lots of things that can be done about adult acne. And it's not just teenage spots, is it? Because I get teenage spots now at 46. So I'm sure you can look at your skin issues with your GP and a dermatologist. As for how you're looking at yourself, I don't feel that you're looking at yourself in a positive light. So if we get up in the morning and we go to the mirror and we go, oh, for fuck's sake, then your day's going to be for fuck's sake. Your day's never going to get better, because you've got a negative attitude. So I want you to start jumping out of bed in the morning. Number one, grateful for the fact that you're still here on God's green earth and you woke up. So gratitude is very important, okay? Number two, I would look at yourself in the mirror, and even though you're no longer in your 20s, I would find a thing that you like about yourself. So like, Oh, I slept really well last night. It's made my eyes really sparkly. Oh, I really like my middle finger. Find something that you find is okay. And it might only just be okay, but tomorrow it might look better, and you build upon that. So when you start talking to yourself in a more positive light, then you start feeling more positive. My tits are nowhere near where they were when I was 20. Fucking hellfire, they were on high beam alert at all times. Now they're on fucking low beam. And if I stand too close to a cup of tea, I fucking burn my nipples. So it's not all about how we looked then. Because bodies change. But if you're a good soul and a good person, that will never change. So stop being kind to others and be kind to yourself first, for you can't pour from an empty cup. So keep on with being kind to you. And the more you start talking kindly to yourself, the more you start believing it, okay? And it's all about what we see and what we believe and how we are to ourselves. So be kind to you first, then you can be kind to others. So I hope that's helped you. As for everything else, you know, start eating a little bit less, start exercising a little bit more. When I lost my 6 stone, I started eating less and moving more. Now, when I say eating less, I still eat for 3, but I were eating for 12. So just cut down on a few little things, okay? Slowly, catch your monkey. It's not a fucking race. It's more like a small sprint at first, even if you're only taking a small step. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have a genuine question. I love it when they write this because they think she's not going to believe me. Not a piss take. All right. You're more than welcome to check out my personal profile. Don't want to do that. It's okay. I believe you. I'm 26 and happily married to my wife. We are both infertile and unable to adopt due to not meeting the housing requirements because we live in a flat. Is that a thing? What if you've got a beautiful flat and it's got lovely electric in it and heating and food in the fridge? Well, you can't adopt if you live in a flat, okay? We are proud parents to 2 reborn baby dolls. We love and look after them as if they were real babies, okay? Some family members have accepted it and happy for us. However, we are getting backlash of some family members. We have tried to explain and even had a pregnant family member accuse of us stealing their thunder, which clearly we haven't because we know we can't have a baby. Opinions and advice warmly welcomed. Okay. So what you're telling me is you live in a flat so you can't adopt. Every day is a fucking school day because I had no idea about that. And you've got these 2 reborn dolls and you treat them like they're babies. You're not going out beating animals up. You're not going out raping kids. I can't see what the fucking problem is. If you want 2 reborn dolls and you want to pretend or, you know, have them as your babies, pushing them around in a pram, pretend you're changing the nappies, feed them a bottle, whatever it fucking is, you crack on. You fucking crack on, because believe me, there's a lot worse going on in this world. You're doing no harm at all. Now, some people might think, that's a bit weird. It's a bit weird because they might think that's weird. But if it's not weird to you, what's it fucking matter? And the family members who are giving you backlash, why? Do they have to fucking feed them? Do they have to change the nappies? Do they have to sit there fucking rocking them to sleep? No. So whatever goes on behind your front door, your closed door, what the fuck has it got to do with any fucker else? You're happy, your wife's happy, the reborn dolls are happy, crack on. I personally don't see a problem. If that's what goes on behind your door, reborn mummy of 2, you crack on. Because believe me, there's a lot fucking worse going on in this world, and not just now, but there's been a lot worse going on in this world. I mean, people fucking shag Volkswagen Beetles and things. You know, they stick the dick in an hosepipe. There's lots of things that can go on that's weird. Personally, I don't think that's weird because you're happy. I don't know what flower pots are going to be telling you, their opinions. Some people might think that's a bit weird, but I don't. I certainly don't. Now, you're saying we can't adopt because we live in a flat. Is there any chance that maybe you could look at rehousing? So you could put the small steps in to maybe get in, you know, different sort of accommodation. You know, maybe work with maybe some social services parental advisors there. Get in touch and say, we're really serious about adopting. Maybe you could foster. Maybe, you know, I don't know. There's lots of avenues. I don't think just because you live in a flat, it should be a fucking N-O capital letters. I think maybe you should look at your accommodation a little bit more. See if you can maybe change that. And then maybe start fostering children, because there's so many babies out there, so many children that need love and support. And there's nothing wrong with having reborn babies. They're out there. They're serving a purpose. They're making you feel like your parents. Crack on. Dear Auntie Nelly, I am sick of my mother-in-law. Oh, no, start again. Dear Auntie Nelly, I'm sick of my in-laws eating so much. They childmind our daughters 3 days a week. I pay them, but they feel entitled to help themselves to breakfast, lunch and tea. My mother-in-law will often leave a helpful note telling me I'm out of bread, cheese and bacon. Yes, because they've scoffed it. How do I sort this out without coming across as being mean or ungrateful? So the child minding your children, that's a great help. It's lovely when grandparents can step in and help. However, you're paying them. So when my boss pays me, I don't get my dinner for free, and I certainly don't get my breakfast and my fucking tea. Is it easier for them to childmind the children at your home because everything's there for the children, or because you are paying them and you're an employee? They're your employees. Could you drop your children off with them and they could work from home? Are they registered childminders? Is that something that you need to be looking at, registered childminders who would come in your home? Would it be cheaper? Because what you're paying them plus the extras on top, breakfast, dinner and teas, it can end up being quite fucking pricey. Do you know what I mean? So you need to sit them down and say, listen, I absolutely love that our 3 daughters can be looked after by the grandparents. You're making so many memories and it's absolutely wonderful for us all. However, you've got to take this as it's meant and don't take offence. But when I go to work, I have to take my dinner with me, whether that be a packed lunch or a nip at corner shop and get a butty. I don't get that provided in my wage. It's costing me a fortune. So either and knock that off your wages and you can help yourself to your breakfast, dinner and tea, or you bring your own, or I can drop the kids off at yours. But you've got to be straight about this because they're going to take the fucking piss here and they probably don't mean to. So just say, you know, if it's a bacon butty in the morning, a cheese butty at dinner and then a full English for your tea, it adds up to your shopping. There's no point you going out to fucking work because they're not just you and your husband and 3 girls you're feeding 7 and it's fucking pricey. So those are the steps that you should take, and it's not about putting food out the fridge and out the freezer, and it's not about, you know, having to make the kids' lunches up and hide everything else and then say, listen, I've not been shopping, you're going to have to bring your own, because that's being petty. Just go straight in and say, listen, when I go to work, I don't get my meals provided for, and I'm going to work to be able to put milk on my cornflakes, so I don't feel like I'm winning here. So you either fetch your own dinners, or I drop the kids off at yours and bring the packed lunch, or I take your breakfast, dinner and tea out your wages. End of. Yeah? Okay. I mean, I don't know how much you're paying them. When you're adding up your shopping and what you're paying them, is it cheaper than a childminder? Because if so, do you know what I mean? Because childminders are fucking expensive. You shouldn't have to put locks on your fridge and cupboard, should you? You shouldn't have to, because there should be trust there. So I definitely have that conversation and say, listen, this isn't working, and I'll tell you why. And you're not being ungrateful at all. It gets fucking expensive. Dear Auntie Nelly, my friend and her husband run a hugely successful business. I wonder if it's Mr. and Mrs. Amazon. Yet in 10 years I've known her, she's never treated me to as much as a cup of coffee. Oh, do you know what I find? The more they have, the tighter they are. And that's probably why they have so much, because they never spend it. If we meet for lunch, the bill is split right down middle. Recently, a neighbour died and a group of us decided to send flowers. I've just had a text from my rich friend telling me I owe her £5 that she put in. Do you think that's mean? I don't think it's mean, no, because If we're all joining to a birthday present and it were 20 quid and there's 4 of us, it's a £5 each. She's worked hard for her money. She's got a successful business. Why should you be entitled to that? You're going out for a meal, you split it 2 ways. It's not her fault that you don't earn as much as her. It's not her fault that you're not successful. It's not her fault that your bank balance isn't as splurged as hers is. I might have a little bit more money than my best friend sometimes, and I'll say, oh, I'll get this, it's a treat, you get next one. But just because somebody's carrying bags of money, it doesn't mean to say you're fucking entitled to it. Not at all. I don't think when I go out for my dinner with folk, if they've got fucking millions in bank, I don't know any millionaires, but if they've got millions in bank, I'm entitled to a free fucking dinner. No, if I can't afford to go for my dinner and pay it for myself, I won't fucking go. And I'll tell you a funny story here. I got took out by ITV once for my lunch. So we all sat round the table and we were discussing a few different ideas for a TV show. And we were all sat round and they were saying, oh, has everybody ordered? And I ordered off the menu what I knew I could afford to pay for. I didn't assume that they were going to pay my lunch for me. They did, and that was really nice of them. Really nice. But I still didn't take the fucking piss and order fucking crystal and fucking lobster. And I ordered what I felt was necessary for my lunch and I could afford to pay myself should they not have paid. So when you go out for a cup of coffee, pay for your cup of coffee. When you go out for your dinner, pay for your fucking half of the dinner. Don't expect anything from any fucker, then you'll never be disappointed. Ever. Pay your fucking way. Pay your way. You need to, for your own self-esteem and your own self-worth. You can't hang about with rich folk and expect them to pay for you. Leeches, that's what I've got them. Nothing wrong with splitting the bill. Nothing wrong for paying for your own coffee. Nothing wrong for collecting for a birthday present and all of you splitting it. Nothing fucking wrong. But I'll tell you what fucking riles me, and this still riles me to this fucking day. You go out for a meal, there's 20 of you, and then at end at night, it's like, right, what's bill? 300 quid. So you split it 20 ways. Then you've always got one fucking Karen cunt on the table who's like, well, I'm not splitting it. I'll just pay for me own because I only had water because I'm driving. Well, I didn't have a pudding. Well, I didn't have a starter. That fucking riles the fuck out of me. 20 of you round a table, split it 20 ways. If she didn't want a fucking starter and she didn't want a pudding, fuck all got to do with me. I'm going out, I'm having a nice time and I'm happy to pay for mine. You pay for yours. You pay for yours. So things like that fucking piss me the fuck off. Couldn't give a fuck if I don't want a starter. I don't mind paying for a starting main and a pudding. Maybe having a drinks bill separate. But fucking hell, that riles me and I don't go out with folk like that because they get on me pissing tits. Moving on. Dear Auntie Nelly, I work next to an amusement arcade and regularly see my neighbour's husband going in there for long periods of time. I suspect he might be gambling her money away. I know she's worried about him and she's admitted that he uses her earnings to prop up his business. Oh, but I don't believe there is a business and fear he's addicted to slot machines. Should I tell her? I think it's none of your fucking business. She's told you that she's a little bit worried, so she probably always has an inkling, you know, there's a little bit of a red flag going off and she's got a gut feeling. Is it any business of yours to say, yeah, well, is it slot machines all day? Because I've seen him. And she's going to say, why don't you tell me sooner? So no, what I'm going to say to you here is, say to her, the next time she comes to you and says, I'm a little bit worried about my partner, I'm having to prop him up because of his business, and just say, listen, Flower, don't want to interfere. I'm going to give you this information that I don't want to talk about it anymore. I've given it you. You fuck off and do what you want with it. But, you know, amusement arcade next door to me, he's never out of there, Flower. Never out of there. If you want to go on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock, he's there. If you want to go on Friday at 1 o'clock, he's there. Give her the information. So you've given her the bullets, let her fucking fire him. It's not your concern. It's not your worry. It's not your fucking business. But next time she comes to you, tell her, move on, don't mention it again. Because what I've always found is we don't interfere in children's fights because parents are still arguing 3 months on it, kids are best friends again, yeah? And we don't interfere in other people's marriages. Your friend's coming to you with a concern, give her the facts and fuck her off and let her do what she wants with it, okay? And that's it. That's it. That's all you can do. But you can say, I knew about it 3 months ago. I just didn't want to say because I didn't want to interfere. But you're obviously still worried. There's the facts. Off you foot with them. Thanks. I don't charge my private investigation services. And leave it at that. Dear Auntie Nelly. Hang on, let me have a bit of a coffee. A few years ago, my husband had an affair. Ooh, it almost tore us apart. He was very sorry and I forgave him. I have since discovered he's had a few affairs with other women. Oh, fuck a duck. Including a close relative of mine. Ooh, I've tried to talk to him about it, but he just walks away. I try so hard to keep daily life ticking along, but I'm broken-hearted and struggle to sleep. I rely on medication and drink too much. I hate myself and I'm overweight and feel like I'm fading away. He says he loves me and takes me away and treats me. I think he believes he's got away with it, but to me it's a daily struggle, especially when I come to face with my cheating relative. I have no idea what to do. I'm afraid of tearing the family apart, and I forever longed for the days before all this happened. I just feel hurt and humiliated. What can I do? The first thing you can do is stop drinking. That might help with your weight and that might help with your lack of sleep. Number one, look after yourself. You can always guarantee that I'll tell you to always look after you. Number one. Number two, when he says, oh, we're off to a fucking spa this weekend, and you're like, oh, I'll get my bikini. No, we're fucking not. No, we're not, Mr. Flowerpot. We're not off to a fucking spa because I don't want to be going away and putting a plaster on the fucking crack. This crack needs fucking sorting, not that kind of fucking crack. I'm not happy. Not only did you cheat on me, but then I find out there were other women and you think things are fine. And do you know why you think things are fine? Because this is my fault, because I've allowed you to think things are fine, because I didn't know what else to fucking do. And nobody does when that happens. We sometimes fuck them straight off, we sometimes give them a second chance, and we sometimes don't know what to do, so we just pretend it's not happening. You accepting all these treats is telling him that you're happy. You're being bought, love. You're a fucking sellout. So stop being a sellout. We're going to Barcelona this weekend. Fuck off to Barcelona, Flower. That's fine. You crack on, but I won't be coming because I'm not happy. So rather than going away for a weekend, sit down for that weekend at kitchen table and sort it out. Why did you feel that you needed to have the affair? What was missing in our marriage? What was I not doing? And make it very much about you, because we don't want to know very much about him. You've got to put the blame on you for him to tell you why, and then you find the reasons, and then the blame is on him. So you sit down and say, what was it? What was it? Were you bored? Have I put weight on? Now, I'm not saying these are reasons men cheat. I'm saying these are things I would ask. Are you bored? Have I put weight on? Do you not like my new hair colour? Am I not sucking your cock right? Is it me queefing? Is it the fact that I made you shepherd's pie instead of a cottage pie? The ridiculous questions, but the questions that need asking in order to get an answer. When he feels very, no, it's not that, no, it's not that, no, you know I love you, no, it's not that, then what is it? Is it you? Are you just a cheating fucking cunt? There's your answer. And if it's a case of, well, there's no real reason why he cheated, then why would he not cheat again? And then that's you saying, don't want to go for a spa, don't want a weekend away in Barcelona, Flower, we need to put the house up for sale, or you need to move out. One of you needs to make that decision, because you sat there, you're not sleeping, you're drinking, you're putting weight on, you feel humiliated. And a fucking spa weekend's going to fucking sort that. Fucking spa weekends will be through the fucking roof if we can appease our wives after cheating on them. Every fucking wife in country be there every weekend. Don't work like that. We can't just accept a bunch of flowers and accept that as a fucking sorry. We've got to get to the root of the problem. Why did you cheat? Why did you cheat, Antonella? Well, you weren't fucking me. I told you weren't fucking me though. I said to you, I'd love a bit of sex this weekend. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'd really love a bit of sex this weekend. Yeah, I'll see. And I'll only ask so many times. And then if you don't fuck me, believe me, I have a long list of people in my phone who will. So there will be a reason. So get to the reason. But certainly, psychologically, it works when you say, what did I do? What did I do? Because you'll have done very little and he won't be able to answer that because you're going to say, is it because I put weight on? Is it because I dyed my hair pink? Were it that glittery nail varnish? Were it the fact that I went to bingo? What was it? Ask him all the ridiculous questions that are going through your mind and making you not sleep and drink. Stop the fucking drink. You're being self-harmed enough by what he's done. Do not self-harm yourself any further. Know your worth. Pick yourself up out that fucking hole, sit him down and find out the reason. Once you know the reason, you can work with it. You might not like the answer, but isn't it better to get it now than fucking 10 years down the line where you're fucking dead from alcoholism? Yeah. Moving on. Dear Auntie Nelly, my life is a total mess. I fell madly in love with a woman from my church. Ooh, and became infatuated with her. She said she was so happy to be my friend, but nothing more. She wouldn't even allow me to kiss her. Well, no, okay. Even so, I left my long-term partner because I couldn't live a lie. I respect that. Our house was sold and the proceeds split. In May 2016, the woman I loved suddenly married an old friend. Now my ex-partner wants nothing more to do with me. Surprise, surprise! And I have no one. I'm living in a small flat with only my cat for company. I don't ever think or ever realised that what a good person my ex-partner was. And it hurts that she'd rather live alone than get back with me. I feel like a fool. What do I do? I absolutely fucking respect the fact that you've turned round to your partner and said, listen, I'm in love with somebody else, this isn't right. I love that. And she's gone, do you know what? That's fine. There's the door, fuck off through it. Go and get a small flat and a cat, and you did. The fact that she said to you though, that woman, listen, I like you, but I only want to be your friend. Please don't kiss me. I only want to be your friend. So she's done fuck all wrong. You've done fuck all wrong. You've been absolutely, positively certain and said, I'm in love with another woman. Nothing's happened, but I'm in love with another woman. And your partner said, that's fine. Off you fuck flower. Then you sat there now on your own in your small flat with your cat with nothing more than a fucking tin of whiskers, and you're thinking, she were all right, really. Grass is not always greener, is it? Because what I found is grass is never greener. It's just fucking astroturf. Work on the problems. Why did you fall in love with another woman? What was missing? Whatever it was that's missing, put it to bed, it's gone. You've both moved on with your lives. This woman you fell in love with at church, she's married somebody else. You're on your own, but you don't need to be alone. That means that that chapter of your life didn't work. So we move on to a new one. You look after your cat, you start socialising again, you start meeting people. But whoever you are, we all get very, very hurt by unrequited love. We've all been in love with somebody. We've all liked somebody and they can't stand to be stood next to us. It happens and it may happen again. So stop falling in love or go on with people who are not worth your time. Let them make their own chapter, their own life. And it doesn't need to be you in it. You need to find somebody that wants you as much as you wanted that woman from church. Now, I'll tell you a little story about your Auntie Nelly, and sometimes I have to explain what I mean. Many years ago, I was engaged to a wonderful man. He was fucking amazing in every way. He ticked all the boxes, and I loved him. I loved him, but I wasn't in love with him. He was in love with me. And maybe one day he might write a book or a story or sell a story, who knows. But anyway, I had this massive asthma attack and I ended up in Preston Hospital, really poorly. And when I came round, etc., and he was sat at my bedside, and this is a proper true story, and he grabbed my hand and he said, oh my God, Antonella, he said, that really petrified me. He said, I couldn't fucking live without you. And I grabbed his hand, took my mask off and said, ML, because it was called ML. I said, I absolutely adore the ground you walk on. Can't speak properly today. I said, but I love you that much that I want you to go out and find somebody who will love you like you love me, because that's not me, because I would be able to live without you. And sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. And now he's so happily married. He's got 2 small children. We speak now and again, and I'm so proud and happy for him. But I was never in love with him. So you will find somebody who will love you as much as you love the woman in the church. And she will love you back, and you'll love each other equally. And that's what you've got to find in life, that person that you cannot live without. Never need anybody, you should never need somebody, but you should always want them. And that's the little thing that happened to me, and I thought, do you know what? He's a fucking beautiful man, is this man. He's perfect in every way. He'd make the most perfect husband, the most perfect father. You know, he paid all the bills. There weren't anything I wished for. But I wasn't in love with him. He wasn't my person. And I loved him enough to tell him that, even though it fucking crucified him. He went off and met somebody who worships him and is so in love with him. So sometimes we've got to not look like or feel like we're a fool, how you're feeling. You've done your wife a favour. She can now go off and be worshipped by somebody. You'll find somebody who'll worship you, and everybody's going to be happy. And it does hurt, and sometimes we have to love a little bit to find out what love is. But unless you're really in love with that person and they're in love with you, then it can't be. And you've got to let them go and find that, because there is somebody out there for everybody. There really is. Mine took a long time to come. I thought I'd found many and many a night on a lovely horse. Yeah, in silver armour. I just went out with a lot of cunts in tinfoil for a while, until I found my one. And now I've found someone who I actually cannot live without. I don't need him in order to breathe. Inhalers help me do that. But I don't need him to live. I don't need him to pay my bills. I don't need him to do DIY. I don't need him for anything. I want him. And the need and the want are 2 very different things. Okay? And it will come. Might take a long time. They might have always been there, but you've not quite noticed. But it will come. Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have discovered that my sister-in-law has been saying some horrible things behind my back. She loves gossiping to her closest relatives, and she tells them I'm a bad cook, a lazy housewife, and a poor mother. She once told my mother-in-law that she said she'd never eat anything in my kitchen because it's dirty, which is just not true. My husband says to ignore her for the sake of the family because his father's got cancer. But why should I have to put up with this? How can I put a stop to it all without causing even more problems? Do you know what? Your sister-in-law, bless her, have you even thought for 1 minute that she might be a bit jealous? She might be a bit jealous that you've actually got a really nice, clean house, that you can cook nice meals, that your house, you know, you're happy, and she might think, well, she's fucking happy, I'll knock her down a fucking peg or 2 and say she's a filthy bitch. Who knows why people talk about behind us, behind our backs. But another thing I'll say is, whatever people say about you behind your back is none of your business. When people come round, they'll see that you're a good cook. When people come round, they'll know you don't live in a shit tip. Fucking hell, you've got kids running round like idiots. There's toys here, there's toys there. There's a difference between an untidy house with children in it and a fucking dirty house, isn't there? And if your husband's all right with it and you're all right with it, does it fucking matter what your sister-in-law's fucking papping on about? Fucking tell her to pipe down, or don't tell her anything. Just crack on with what you're doing. And then that are around you, your friends and family that love you, they know it's all fucking nonsense. So what does it matter? What does it fucking matter what people say? When people say, oh, that fucking Nelly, she's right, fucking vulgar her. Yeah, whatever. I might have a vulgar mouth, a bit. I might swear like a fucking sailor. But do you know what? Behind closed doors, my friends and family know me. And that's all that fucking matters. When I shut that front door, do I feel happy with what I'm doing in life? Do I know I'm a good mother? Is my house clean? Can you eat off kitchen floor? If these things are important to you, it depends what's important to you. If it's not important, why does it matter? But if it's important that people are slagging you off, invite them round. Invite them round. Do a little buffet one Sunday afternoon and say I've invited people round. And them that want to see how dirty your house is, they'll certainly fucking come round and think, hang on a minute, that sister-in-law of hers, she's full of fucking shit. Her house is lovely, her food were lovely. So there's lots of ways you can handle this, but the first way and the top way I'd say is, does it fucking matter? Does it fucking matter? As long as you're happy, your husband's happy, your kids are happy, fuck them off. Life's too short. Fuck them off. Oh, the last Dear Auntie Nellie. Dear Auntie Nellie, I have discovered that my sister... Oh, no, hang on. Oh, that was the Dear Auntie Nellie. That was the last one. Oh, that was the very, very last one. So what have we learned today? We've learned that it's okay to have reborn babies, isn't it? It's okay. I don't know what you all thought, but I'll have to go through comments. It's okay to have reborn babies if you can't have babies, but certainly look at your housing. It's not okay to feel hurt and humiliated when our partners have cheated on us more than once. It's not okay to keep accepting gifts, because the more you accept the spa breaks, the trips to Barcelona, the fucking Burberry handbags, the more he's going to cheat, because he's going to think, oh, she's a bit of all right. I'll fucking get into that tonight, hang the back out of her, and I'll just get my wife some perfume. She'll be fine with that. Things only happen to us that we allow to happen to us. Sometimes it takes us a while to realise that we're allowing that behaviour and enabling it. Sometimes it takes us a while to speak up because we don't feel like we've got the strength for our voice. So work on yourself, don't drink too much, sleep well, eat less, move more, look after yourself, brush your teeth, make sure your breath don't stink, wash your ass, wash your fanny, wash your hair. Do something for you today. Do something that makes you feel nice. Self-care Sunday. You only do one thing today and it takes 2 minutes because that's all you've got. Make sure that 2 minutes is for you, because nobody can pour from an empty cup. So keep writing into the page with your Dear Auntie Nellies for Sunday service and your Dear Auntie Nellies for Night Time with Nellie. Keep sending link requests in for your reviews that you'd like me to test, because I buy and try, so you don't have to. I do not review anything scented. I have no sense of smell. I lost that when I had my stroke at 37. But anything else, I don't have much body hair either, so I'm never really into like hair removal stuff, because I ain't fucking got any to remove. I'd need a model. You know, just keep working with me and I'll keep working with you. So as long as I have supportive flower pots, there'll always be an Auntie Nellie. So whatever you do with your Sunday today, enjoy it. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, and don't forget, Self-Care Sunday.